Good morning, welcome to today's RC Coffee Chat, and we've got 7 things on today's topic list. The first one, GearBest for the WingWing Z-84 compared to Banggood. A little hat tip to, I think it was Jamie for that one. We have a special customs document. Last night's bender with some rubber duckies. That's a little episode which I popped out last night. Apparently 2 people didn't like it. But frankly honest, I had insomnia, so it kept me amused, and that was the main thing. We've got a mini review format video episode as well, which, yeah, the feedback on that's pretty good so far. We'll find out more about that in a moment. We've got Nathan's cheat sheet, which is actually on the screen right now. We'll get to that a little bit later. I do need to go on a Hobby Balls shopping bender, so we'll find out about that one, and also a new model was spotted on Hobbyking as well. So with that said, let's get across to the screen and see what's going on. So let's go to the first tab. We have the WingWing Z-84, which you can buy right now off Banggood for either 33 quid or 58 with the plug and play version. But as spotted, I believe this was by Jamie, so apologies if I got it wrong. But if you go to GearBest, and by the way, I'll put links to these in the video description for you. And I also do need to say a big hat tip to GearBest, because they sent me a RunCam Swift review, and I've been so busy lately, I've just not got around to reviewing it. If you are looking for a decent quality FPV camera, RunCam Swift all the way, it is absolutely amazeballs. I'll put a link to that, to the GearBest website, in the video description. So coming back to the topic on the WingWing Z-84, yeah, the plug and play version, which comes with a 2208 2600 kV motor. Crucially, it comes with an ESC and the servos and a 1.3 battery, if I remember correctly on here. Yeah, 25C 3S 1300 battery. So yeah, add a receiver and you're away. Brilliant little models, and if you've not seen the review on these, look on my YouTube channel. They are absolutely fantastic. So yeah, for an extra 10 quid, you get the motor, the speed controller, battery, and the two servos. Bit of a no-brainer. I always feel that, to be honest around these sites, is that GearBest I do find tend to be a little bit slower than Banggood as a direct comparison. So normally with Banggood you're talking 7 to 10 days for delivery. With GearBest you're talking more like 14 days, and I'm in the United Kingdom, so it may be quicker if you're somewhere else in the world. But generally, yeah, really good. The customer support is pretty good as well. Only ever had to use it twice, something like that. In fact, they contacted me the other day because, you know, those chuck gliders which I've been playing with. We decided to buy 2 for each of the girls. And then about 20 minutes later, H said, oh, the boys would like that, so my nephews. So we went and bought 2 more, and they contacted us. Are you sure you meant to order 4 of these and another 2? And it was like, yeah, it was meant for. We just bought them for the nephews as well. So yeah, cool little present for them. So coming back to GearBest, yeah, 40 quid all in. Not bad, to be honest. And then you've got the plug and play, the kit version if you want to put your own kit in there for £31. So yeah, cheaper than Banggood in this instance. So that's happy days. The only negative I can say about GearBest is that it does take a little bit longer. But I've never had an item. I've never had an item go AWOL from GearBest. I've only had one item go AWOL from Banggood, and that was very recently, and that was some colour marker pens for £4.50, you know, which they refunded me the next day. Yeah, so these sites are pretty trustworthy, to be honest. Moving on, next topic, I will just quickly point out there's not anything on the pre-orders tab, and the same for flash deals this morning on the Banggood website, so I'm just going to close those 2 down. What's the next topic which we've got? Oh, customs document from Parcelforce. Now, I can't turn it over because it's got my address on. But if I open this one up, I need to do it off screen. In short, I just got slapped by £22.32, which really isn't the end of the world compared to the last import fee, which I got, which was absolutely shocking, but it was correct. So yeah, this is happy days. That should, the parcel which this relates to should be with me tomorrow. fingers and toes crossed, which is two very, very special wings. Yeah, the wife already knows about it because she had to pay the customs import tax. So anyway, I already told her there was two special wings on the way to me. So yeah, you'll find out about those in a later episode. Now, last night I did have a little bit of a bender with well, I just couldn't sleep, to be honest. I always wondered what was in these rubber ducky antennas. I'll put that on the screen for you. Yeah, these little rubber ducky antennas. I always wondered what was in them. So I got the nippers out, good old nippers, and give them a chop up. I was just genuinely curious. And anyway, to find out what's in them, go and watch that episode. It's on the Giggles channel. Yeah, like I said, couldn't sleep. Nothing quite like destroying something to clear the mind, and then promptly put a pair of nippers through 2 or 3 of them. Well, I had fun. Happy days, that's all it counts really for it. So yeah, if you've ever wondered what's inside of one of those, you can find out in that episode, because I did have like 1 million of them, as I'm sure you do from flying FPV. What else we got? Oh, mini review on a new format video. I posted this in the Faceballs group last night. Yeah, I've got a whole collection of kit here which I'd like to do mini reviews on, and the idea of doing them is to keep them really short and sweet, and to base off 3 questions on a simple rating system which you would understand, and it was one of my main reasons behind buying products like this. It's my biggest acid tests. Number 1, does it do what I need it to do? Okay, yes or no. Straightforward answer. Do I feel it was value for money? So yesterday I created a review for the, wherever it is, I think I've put it away already. It was the TS832 video transmitter. And the thing is, it's really nice because I can compare it to other products like these, and yeah, just give my honest answers to it. To be honest, there are some good points to that video transmitter. The buttons being on the top, and it having a microphone included in it. But it is the size of a small continent. And anyway, you'll find out about that review, and I need to re-render it, so that'll be out in the next couple of days. And the last question was, if I smashed it, excuse me, if I smashed it, would I buy another? Now, the reality is that with that video transmitter, the answer is no. I probably wouldn't do. It's just too big. So imagine putting that video transmitter, which is like this big, on a WingWing Z-84, or even a bigger model like the Phantom, which is sat behind me at the moment. It would be a big cutout to make that video transmitter fit on there. So I will end up using it. I know I will. But to be frankly honest, I'd probably choose, or elect to use, for the smaller models, it's not even in there. I would end up probably using something like that one, a tiny little TS5828S. That one is. I don't know what the last letter means. I got one here with an S on it and one with an L on it, and they all look completely bloody same to me, and I'm sure they work exactly the same as well. The only difference I noticed is that some of these come with extra wires as well, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, let me just go and get that in. I'll sort that out later. And again, another rubber ducky. Great. So yeah, that's the reviews which I'm going to be working on. I do have a big chunk of kit here, and it's nice because I can normally compare one product against another. So I'll be doing a little mini series out on that one. The next one in today's topic is Nathan's cheat sheet. Now, big hat tip to Nathan, one of the subscribers. He popped a link to this PDF document. I thought it was an absolute brilliant idea because you could save this to your mobile phone as a PDF document, and then it's got all the channels for all the little devices. So that little one which I had on my desk just a moment ago, which is that one there, look at all the switch positions so you know which channel you are on for that video transmitter. I thought that was a really, really good idea. So very, very well spotted, Nathan, for that one. And again, you've got all the different makes, so all the common ones on here as well. I'm just seeing if that big fat TS8 to whatever it was is on here. I think it might have been at the beginning. Yeah, there you go. It was the first one on the list. So yeah, really, really straightforward. I thought that was a really cool idea. So newfpv.com. Good idea, fellas, and well done on Nathan for spotting that one. I put a link to that and the other bits which I've said about in the video description for you. Next up, we have a Hobbyking shopping bender. But before we do that, I did spot that there was a new model over on Hobbyking, and it's called a super fast 56mm FlyCat EDF flame jet. I think the general consensus on this one is that it did look pretty cool, but we are kind of in wingnetic territory here, which is that, yeah, look at that nose. 1, 2 unscheduled landings. It's going to be a bit of an issue, and as also others pointed out, the battery holding capacity is going to be somewhat limited underneath that nose, and also with it being an EDF, it is going to scream a lot. Yeah, am I going to buy it? No, it's the frank answer to that. It does look cool, don't get me wrong. I just don't think it would last very long with my flying style. Yeah, I think it would just be a waste of 30 quid, to be honest. But maybe you're a more experienced pilot. Maybe you're really into your EDFs. Could go pretty fast. They're suggesting 100 mile an hour plus. I think it would make a hell of a noise on there doing 100 mile an hour plus. So yeah, nice to see new models coming in at Hobbyking. The last one is my shopping list, which is for Hobbyking. So I'll put this up on my screen for you. Oh yeah, for shits and giggles, I am going to get one of these little balsa kits. I hate balsa kits. Let me just go on record and say that. I really am not into building stuff. But I do fancy something like that for fun. It does look pretty cool. Little single servo in there for elevator and rudder. I don't know if we got ailerons in there or not. Probably not. Oh, yeah, you could make ailerons in it. That would be fun. Just mount a servo up on the top and have a little arm which goes both ways. That would work. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Be a bit of a challenge, bit of fun, something to fly out the front. If I kill it, I'm not going to lose sleep because it was like 12 quid. Bargain. Yeah. And by the way, these little smaller models really do interest me. And the reason for that is because I quite like to fly them out the front of the house, because I've got plenty of room out there. And of course, I could always climb on the roof like I do with the Fly Bear. So something like this does perk my attention. Yeah, I'm looking forward to ordering that. So that was my shits and giggles one. What's next? I do need to order another 2200 mAh for 4S battery because I've killed one of my other ones on a really bad landing. I mean, really bad. One of the cells is just dead now. So yeah, I need to replace that, and that's with my Texumo. My 4S Texumo, really, really good. Next up, we have I've been researching battery packs on the Mini Talon. Really, really frustratingly, the one which I want is not actually in stock and not in this list. In fact, let me just go and find that off screen for you. And the one which I'm after is a 5200 4S pack, but they're not in stock. So what I'm actually going to go and do is do a separate order. They're already apparently on -7 in stock, so other people have been ordering these. So I'm going to order a couple of these and just wait for them to go and back order. I'll just have to be patient on these. And the reason why I want these is because I want more grunt in the Phantom flying wing, because every time you add a cell, you're basically adding on 33% more power capacity. So the Phantom flying wing, looking back at the flight timers, and by the way, there are some videos which I'll never publish on YouTube, but looking back at the DVR footage and stuff, is that I was getting about a 20-minute flight out of a 5000 pack on 3S. So yeah, 4S, slightly different propeller, yeah, and this battery pack is actually lighter than my other one. So yeah, some really curious things and good things about this one, and big hat tip to Dave for suggesting this battery pack. I couldn't find anything else which kind of matched the performance for the price, really. There was an 8000 pack for 25 quid, which wasn't that bad value, but I would really struggle to get that in the Phantom Flying Wing. And again, that's always a challenge when buying battery packs, is making them fit more than one model. And that's the key, is that if you're just buying one battery pack for just one model, it kind of does become a little bit awkward. There was a 5.2 4S battery pack which would fit, but it's 33 quid. So yeah, that's another like 16 pounds, almost double the price compared to the other one which we saw a few moments ago. There was a 6.6, and again the prices are going up on these. I did see that there was a 10,000 milliampere pack, so a 10 amp pack for about 33 quid, and it will fit in the Phantom, and it will fit in the Talon. I don't know what flight time would be you get out of that one, but to get it into the Phantom would require quite a lot of surgery. And I know that I fiberglassed all the bottom of the hole on the Phantom, so digging out some foam wouldn't really be a big issue. I just don't like the idea of doing it. And again, there's a note in there for a larger battery pack for the Phantom. Hobbyking completely failed on push rods. They just don't have any. It's really surprising. There's just no push rods on Hobbyking, and the ones which are on there are just far too thick. I do need a new motor for the Phoenix 2000. The one which I'm going for is this one. Now, if you scream, "Oh my God, Matt, that one's never going to fit," blah, 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 do let me know. Sorry, that was a bit loud, wasn't it? Do let me know in the comments section underneath this episode. And by the way, you've got to about midday today before I put the order in. So if you think that one is drastically wrong and can maybe suggest a different one, please do let me know as soon as possible. The last one I did burn out, and that was a little 2830 thing. And I did cane it on a far too big prop, and I did burn my thumb on it. Because it did come down kind of hot, and then it promptly melted in the model. And it's again the ventilation on it is dire. I'm gonna get some micro servos. I did eye up these ones for some micro servos. I've got some here. These do look rather diddy, so I think they'll be fine. Whole 3.7 grams. That's all right. What else we got on here? Oh, I need a motor and an ESC. I need two combinations for those two special wings which are turning up, so I need to research that today, and I will be grabbing myself a whether it's for oops, what have I done there, Control Z. I will, to be frankly honest, I will probably be going for the ESCs for these models, overkill on the ESC, and going for a Turnigy Plush 100 amp speed controller. Now these have gone up in price. The last one which I bought was at £33, so they've gone up a whole £5, which is just ridiculous. But that said, compared to something like the Hobbyking 100 amp ESC, this thing is an absolute brick. I don't know if you can see the size of it. It's a monstrous great big brick, whereas the Turnigy Plush is about half the size of that one, and I've got 3 of those already in like the I'll spit my words out. The Phantom has got one of them in, and the 2 Texumos which I run on 3S and 4S, they both run those ESCs, and they're absolutely brilliant. And Craig, if you're watching this episode, I found out the reason for my motor skipping in mid-flight. One of the solder joints down on the bullet connector has gone dry, so that was the reason for it. So yeah, not the ESC issue. It was just arcing out in the bullet connector. Bit of an odd one on that one. Never had that one before, but that was the reason. So yeah, coming back onto the topic, I know they're more expensive, but they are really, really light, and they do perform really, really well. I know where this one's going to go. I've got an Edge 540 down in my cellar, which I'm going to convert to electric. And because it really doesn't matter on weight, because it's going to be running on 6S with like a 1.3 kilowatt motor, is that I'll probably end up using that one in there. Hence why I'm using an XT90 connector rather than an XT60. But take it from me, that is a really big fat connector on there. So that's today's news. Let me just quickly recap what we've been through. Again, I need to go back to my Google Docs. That was my reference. GearBest for the WingWing Z-84 turns out cheaper. Big hat tip to Jamie for spotting that one. Customs document has been arrived and it's been paid, so that means we get goodies tomorrow. We did have last night's Bender on the rubber ducky antennas. Like I said, I really couldn't sleep last night, so that did actually knock me out. So, yeah, it did that episode did what it was meant to do, which was send me to sleep. So yeah, I edited it all up, and that took like half an hour or so, and then by the time I've done that, I was pretty more relaxed and went off to bed. So anyway, we have mini review videos on their way. That's going to be fun because, like I said, I've got a whole chunk of kit here. And remember, those three criteria are simply going to be, does it do what I need it to do? Do I feel that it was value for money? And if I smashed it up, would I break another? Would I buy another? I think that's probably about the simplest criteria which I can use. And it's also nice because I've probably got something else to compare to it as well. So I was pretty brutal with that T832 video transmitter, because I did feel that I would probably choose, now that I've been and bought one, which came from another YouTube channel as a recommendation. Now that I've been and bought one, I don't think I'll buy another one, to be honest. That's my honest answer. And the reason for that is that I generally set up all my video transmitters to be on the same channel, so that the guys which I fly FPV with, they're normally on different channels. So it just means it's just saner to do it that way. And yeah, it would be a pain in the rear, especially with these little ones and even the Immersion RC, to change the channel on it. But yeah, because it's got the little switches on the back, the other one does have the push buttons, does make things easier. So there are some good points to that one. And last, what we got in there, we've got the mini review format, Nathan's cheat sheet. I'll put a link to that in the video description for you. We got Hobby's shopping bender on its way. And remember, with that motor for the Phoenix 2000, you've got to 12 o'clock today to let me know whether that's the right one, or if it's completely the wrong one, in the video description, in the comment section. So that's the one which I'm kind of plumbing for, and I do need to put some extra ventilation holes in the Phoenix 2000, because like I said, the last one really did cook a treat. And the last one, there was a new model which was spotted on Hobbyking, which was whatever it was, I can't remember now. The one with the really pointy nose and looked like an accident in waiting. So with that said, for myself, Matt, thank you ever so much for joining in with today's RC chat. Any comment suggestions, please let me know in the comment section underneath this episode. I'd love to hear from you. And with that said, time for me to drink what's left of this cup of coffee. And I'll see you tomorrow. Cheerios!